Hey, what's up guys, it's Samurai. How are you guys doing today? Because I'm having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to be telling you guys a story that happened to me a few weeks ago. It's actually a pretty funny story. But right now I am actually in Vermont. So this video was like pre-recorded. It was like filmed on Wednesday. So you guys will be getting them. I'm in Vermont on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Beginning of Sunday, end of Friday. I'll be leaving school early on Friday, so I'm actually pretty excited for that. But you guys are actually watching this right now. I'm in Vermont. The vlogs will be coming out from that on Monday, I believe, hopefully, because I'm trying to get videos out daily. I just needed to pre-record videos so I'd have them out for when I went to Vermont. So anyway, this story that time that I'm about to tell you guys about happened a few weeks ago. It was actually really hilarious, so let's get right into it. So at lunchtime, I sat with my friends. I think you guys know this, Nick. He was in the Try Not to Laugh challenge with water. We were both trying to make each other laugh. It's actually kind of ironic that both videos that I talked with him about, the one that he was in and the one now that I'm talking to you guys about, both involve liquids being thrown on each other. So it was actually pretty funny. So Nick has this weird thing about throwing or trying to get food out of my hands. And sometimes it's soda. Sometimes I'll just take stuff off my tray. And it really annoys me. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, you are literally the most annoying thing ever. Why do you always take food off of my tray? And he's like, because it's funny. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just dumb. And he's like, no, it's not. You do that to me all the time. Which used to be true. I did that at the beginning of the year. And then I realized, wow, it's really annoying when people take stuff off my tray. Or when I do take stuff off people's trays, my friend Gary, I do that to him all the time. I'll give it right back after he notices that it's gone. I won't eat it unless if I'm like, hey, are you going to eat that after like he's about to throw stuff away. So like if I do take it off the tray, I'll immediately give it back. He keeps this stuff off the tray for like a long time. Like one time a teacher even came over. Like, he talked to the teacher for, like, 5 minutes. Like, I don't know where the food is. I don't know where the food is. And he did. It was, like, right in his pocket. It was really funny. He has this thing about, like, trying to knock my soda bottle right out of my mouth. And one time I was drinking it, and it happens to me pretty often where he just tries to do that. So I was pretty used to it. But then I just thought, this might be a pretty funny idea. So I go for another drink, and he pushes out of my hand. So what I do is I open the cap, pour a little bit of soda on him. And he's like, oh my god, dude, why'd you do that? And then he pushes me out of my seat. And there's like people looking at the whole thing going on. And it all happened so quick. I was like, I just saw a blur. It was like a shake. And I just felt a little impact. And then I was on the floor. So I stood back up, sat down on my chair. And I poured my bottle out all on top of his head, and I just heard the lunchroom go silent. I heard everybody go like, oh, and the teacher came over, and he was like, Sam, why did you do that? And I was like, because he keeps knocking the bottle out of my hand. He kind of deserved it. And he's like, okay. So we go back to class. We're all laughing. We're still laughing about it. Like it was pretty funny, even though I was pretty like I was pissed off at him. It was still pretty funny, the whole thing that happened, because, like, he had, soda in his hair and, like, in his ears, which he kind of deserved it. But I go back to class. We both have different classes. And I get called down to the dean. If you guys don't know what a dean is, it's kind of like a principal, but at our school, the principal just kind of, like, doesn't really do anything involving students. She's just kind of there to, like, pretty much just tell everybody what to do. She's a nice lady, but that's pretty much all she does. But the dean is the person who actually like takes care of like misbehaving students. So we get called down to the dean's office, and she sets us down. We're both there, and we're both like kind of laughing at each other. And she's like, "Why are you doing this, boys?" And we're like, well, he tried to knock my soda out of my hand. He's been doing that for months. And so I got mad and poured soda on him. And she's like, is this true, Nick? And he's like, yes, but he did that at the beginning of the year. And then she says, Well, I mean, I broke crayons in kindergarten, but that doesn't mean that, you should break my crayons 7 years later. That's something I did in kindergarten. And I'm like, that's a good point. And then she pulls up the security footage to see if I'm lying. And you can actually see him trying to push the soda bottle out of my hand. And she says, "But Nicholas, you could have chipped his tooth. You could have chipped Sam's tooth." And I'm like, "Yeah, Nick, you could have chipped my tooth." The whole thing was really funny. I really wish she pulled up the security footage of him pushing me out of the chair and then me pouring the whole thing on him, because that was hilarious. She ended up giving us both restricted lunch for the next week. And she actually, we've skipped restricted lunch in the past, so she was like, "If you guys skip restricted lunch, you're getting detention. I don't even care." And we're like, "Yes, ma'am." So then we both walk out of the office together. We go back to class. We have different classes, so we walk back to our separate classes. And we're both laughing so hard. It was awesome. But we're out of restricted lunch now because that was 2 weeks ago. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you dislike this video, please leave a dislike and a hate comment telling me exactly what I did wrong. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, Sam for Korean Leader.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea.